Hey guys, it's me, the end of the week. This week is Halloween, so I don't know how you guys are, but my house is going crazy. Give you guys a look. Yeah, that's just a front entrance. Anyway, my husband really loves Halloween, but as you guys all know, it's not my most favorite day, but it's okay. Anyway, my name is Ruowen Huang, and I'm an author, spirit coach, and also psychic. Today we're gonna teach you how to breathe. I know you guys must think I'm crazy, but it's gonna be very important, and you realize how important it is gonna be in your life. But before I start, I thought I'd make it clear with you guys. I actually don't know many spiritual terms, even Buddhism terms. I don't really know many of them. So, you will probably see sometimes if you leave me a message, you come up with a word. The chances I probably don't know what it is, unless it relate to something I already learned, something I already studied, then I will share with you guys, or something I think there's a need to know it, then I will put into priority into digging into it. But give you an example, if people come up and ask me what is a twin flame, as a new term I learned, I will probably ask you what is it, and then I will ask you to explain it to me, right? So, if there's some term that I don't find need to dig into it, I might look into it later, but just not now. So you will probably also understand I try to use very simple term because to explain what I know. The reason of that is I love Einstein. Thank God I was discovered this quote from him early stage of my life is he once say, if you cannot explain it simply, you don't understand it well. You don't understand it well enough. Or if you cannot explain it to a 6 years old, then you don't understand yourself. Believe it or not, I actually believe this because that sentence is always in the back of my head. So I realized for me to understand something deep and able to explain this simple is actually not an easy thing unless you really understand things inside out. Like me, if I want to learn reincarnation and then my kids come up to me, Mom, what is that? If I'm not able to explain it properly or simply for my kids to understand, then I do have to agree with Einstein. I actually don't understand well enough. So anyway, that's why you probably hear me using a lot of simple terms, because I want it to be easy understand. So, but anyway, that just let you know, if a lot of time I look kind of dumb, you might throw me some task or word that I simply look like, huh? There's a reason for it, because I don't go around to figure out what spiritual term is out there. But if it's something that I think worth digging to and find out more, I might get back to you later on, or I might talk about it sometime. But anyway, today we're going to talk about breathing. Breathing is important. We all think we know how to breathe, right? Because we're breathing every day. If I go outside and tell people I'm going to teach you how to breathe, they probably have a laugh. But at the beginning of my journey, someone teach me how to breathe. That was my auntie. My auntie was a very religious person. She's telling me the proper way to breathe is breathing with your nose and then breathe out with your mouth, right? I mean, you probably hear that everywhere. But when she first introduced me to me is breathing with your nose and then breathe out from your mouth as slow. Oh, somebody gonna dance tonight? Great. So anyway, so breathe out from your mouth as slow as possible. So when I look into it, and the study will show you the proper way of breathing is actually breathing once. If you take 1 second to breathe in, you should take 3 times slower to breathe out, right? So in the beginning of the journey, I try to exercise this, right? I really don't know the difference. I mean, people might say they can see the difference. To be honest with you, the longest time, I probably do this for the longest time, I remember, I really don't notice the difference. So with breathing, if now I'm telling you, take a deep breath. Normally, if I tell people to take a deep breath, they do this. right? That really not gonna do anything much. Normal people, I would say, normal people, when we are living our life, day-to-day life, what happens is we breathe in here and we breathe out here. It's not very often we make an effort to breathe out from our mouth. Even occasionally, I ask people to take a deep breath. They still take a deep breath from their nose, and you still come up from their nose. I would say average about 50% of people, if I tell them to take a deep breath, they're actually breathing from their nose and breathe out from their mouth, right? But then I didn't understand 1-to-3 ratio, why it had to breathe in 1 second and take out three times longer time to breathe out, until I start to work with my client and work as, try to regress them, do some regression with them. So this is a moment I realized what breathing is actually very important. So if you guys ever want to do meditation at home, you guys ever want to try to calm yourself in any situation, I will tell you why it's important, because the longest time, I think the reason people not getting to the mode of being regressed is because they have too much logic in their head. I later on realized that's not it. What it is that really stopping us from seeing other things, sensing the universe, is actually the emotion that we carry here. The emotion usually carry here. Some people kind of push down to the stomach, but it's always in here, in your torso. So that's where various people choose different way to store their emotion. So some people store in their stomach. They probably tend to eat when they're getting emotional. Or some people may experience heart pain. It's mostly here, right? So, when we're breathing, like if you have time, or doing it now or doing it later, give it a try. You will know what I meant. When you try to breathe in, you will realize how light, how fresh that energy is. It's very easy to come in and easy to come out, right? That kind of lightness is actually fresh energy. That means it's very easy for people to digest, right? Now, try this. Try breathe in. Use your nose. Breathe in, breathe out. You realize you're breathing energy here, and then you simply just push it out. So that means your body is not really taking new energy at all, because you're breathing and you push it out. So guess what we still have? Emotion. We still have emotion. So you can breathe as often as you want. That's why you realize when people are angry, upset, or they're emotional, their breath got very fast. The reason of that is their emotions cover all their body. Their body don't take in more new, fresh energy. So what happens is you pushing and push it out, pushing and push it out, right? So now I'm asking you to try a deep breath. When you're doing a deep breath, you must notice something different, because when you breathing, the energy was so light. When you actually breathe out from your mouth, that energy is a bit heavier. How you can tell it different is close your eyes and do that a try. You will notice right away the energy is a little bit heavier, right? That is when normal situation, when you do 1-to-1 ratio. That means you breathe in 1 second, you breathe out 1 second, right? Now, if you close your eyes and then try to really release that air out of your chest 3 times slower, or even as long as you can be, right? So you close your eyes, you breathe in, and then you breathe out as slow as you can. As slow as you can. Now you will notice a difference. Where you notice different is how that really heavy energy that was in here try to come out, but there's a resistance, right? That is the energy that I usually have to clear out for my client if they're ever interested in any regression section, or if they ever get any emotional. I almost have to coach them through, breathing, because that is the emotion that we human hold on to ourselves. Right? When we're upset, we're angry, we are, all the emotion that we have, we actually don't have a habit to release it. What do we do as a human? We store it. Those storage, trust me, later on, I hope I can get to this, it creates disease in our body. If you have a habit of always storing it. It might later on even come into a cancer cell too. So that I wish I can explain it later. But at this particular episode, I just want to bring awareness how the breathing can make a difference. And no, I didn't tell you to go out and just start breathing like that, because no one can. What I would do is I would suggest you to try this about at least 3 times a day. Just breathe in and breathe out as slow as you can. And then feel how that emotion that you've been accumulate throughout the day and slowly release from your body. Because what you really feel doing here is you feeding your body a very healthy and positive energy. And then what that energy it does is, this is how it's visualized to me, and I'm going to try to describe it to you. When people breathe in the fresh energy, it goes to your head first, and then it goes slow down to your body, and then it go to from your bottom chakra, whatever you call it, and then slowly push out to your throat. So if you can somehow slow the way you breathe out, the slower it is, the better it is, because the slower it is, as I say, close your eyes and feeling it. You will feel how hard it is to push that emotion out of your chest. But, if you can do this 3 times a day, you will notice different. If you do that before you go to bed, right, you will actually have a better sleep. Or, once you get very good at this, it's very easy for you to get in this mode that you are peace with yourself, because you learn to get rid of your emotion a little bit at a time, and eventually you get very good at this, right? So instead of people get you upset, this is what I do. If people really get me upset, I'm trying to, instead of saying which a lot of people do, right, just simply take a breath, right? Any angry word you want to say out there just so people can feel hurt, just wait for 3 seconds, right? Wait for 5 seconds. After you do one exercise of breathing, you'll realize how much clearer your head actually will become. So anyway, I hope I give you guys a little bit idea how, how to breathe. I know it sounds crazy, but if you can spend about 3 times a day, eventually go to morning and nighttime, you will feel the difference. Every time you breathe, feel that fresh new energy coming to your body, fulfilling it, and slowly push out that emotion that you've been accumulating for years, days, or whatever out of your chest. So breathe it out. It does take a long time. If you want to feel the difference, really close your eyes. You will feel the difference. So I hope that kind of give you guys some idea. And through weekend, you guys can exercise it and see how it goes. So that's the topic of the day, and I hope I answer you guys' questions how to breathe. And then hope later on when you're dealing with difficulty in life, or even when you are scared, or any situation really. For me, this breathing helped me go through a lot of difficult time, right? Instead of saying things I don't mean, or getting upset, or being scared, or being in a lot of mode, I notice how through breathing I can bring myself to a more central mode and deal with things in more proper perspective. So I hope that will help you guys too, and will give you guys a little bit, boosting life. So anyway, through weekend you guys can practice it and see if that will help. So that's our topic of the day. Again, if you like what I'm doing, join us on Periscope, or go to my Facebook, or subscribe my YouTube channel. And you can always go to my website, ruowen.com, if you want to see some right up there sometime. So I guess I will see you guys next week then. Have a good weekend and happy Halloween. Bye.